Hi everyone, I'm Jen Tackney. I'm so excited to introduce you to a Garden Grove Unified School District current board member who is running for re-election. You have my vote. That is why I've invited you on here. I'm so excited to introduce you to Teri Rocco. She lives in Garden Grove, serves in Garden Grove, and we've got a couple questions for you if that's okay.
Sure, go ahead.
All right. So question number one is to tell us a little bit about your background and qualifications.
Okay, I'm a longtime Garden Grove resident, probably 55 plus years. I'm homegrown, what we call homegrown in our district, because I did attend schools in the Garden Grove district from kindergarten through high school.
Oh my goodness, I have to ask which schools.
Okay, Wakeham Elementary, Alameda's Intermediate, and Pacifica.
Oh my goodness.
Go Mariners.
Go Mariners, that's right. And some people
Yes.
don't even know they're the Sea Dogs, depending on who you want to talk to.
That's
Row
right.
the boat, that's right. Go Mariners.
Anyway, so I did, my kids also attended all schools in Garden Grove, and currently my grandchildren, I have a granddaughter at Pacifica as a freshman, and a grandson is a fifth grader at Garden Park.
Oh, very nice.
So yes, 3 generations of GGUSD.
That is so great.
And as well, I worked for the Garden Grove School District for 42 years. Humbly started as a teacher's aide and loved it so much that I did go back to school and became a teacher. So I taught in our district 19 years at Russell Elementary School, and went on to the district office to become an administrator and had the opportunity to launch our parent and community outreach office. This is an office that started with just me and evolved to 7 of us trying to reach out to our very diverse community of Latino parents, Vietnamese, Korean, and other various backgrounds to open the doors, because there was a language barrier at the time, and hire people who could communicate, meet with them in their communities to say, hey, we as a district want to be partners with our parents. We want you to be involved. What can we do? What do we need to do as a district to make that happen? And they gave us a lot of suggestions. One was to break down that language barrier and make sure we had people in our front office that they could communicate with. And I could see that our school community liaisons were instrumental in bridging that gap between school and home, because they could speak the language, because they understood the culture, because most of these parents have gone to school in their own country, and the education system was very different there. So those were the first things we had to do, was to listen to them, to understand where they're coming from, and then share with them, well, this is how we think it would be in the best interest of your child for you to get involved, and there's a number of ways to do this. You don't all just have to volunteer. I think understanding our system, getting some, having us share with you how it works and what you can do at home can really help what's happening in school. So I'm very proud of that department. It's now probably about 16 or 17 people whose sole work is to support parents and the community, to connect our parents with resources as well in the community, counseling, medical, just a number of things. We live in a county that's rich in resources, but people don't always know about.
Oh, that is great. So are they, when I get the Garden Grove Unified School District text messages and phone calls about the resource fair and the community, is that something that department is
Yes.
putting on? And,
Absolutely.
And they even will provide daycare for people.
Yes.
And then also the languages you said se habla español, right?
Yes.
You speak Spanish? I didn't do that very well, by the way, but I can speak it like un poquito.
Muy bien.
But thank you. Muchas gracias. Enough to where people think I can speak it and then I get in trouble. I don't understand. But I'm working on that. But the point I think is nice that you can also speak to those parents directly that do speak Spanish too in our district, because we do have quite a few of those.
Yeah, about 54% of our population, student population, is Latino. Many of those parents, many of these kids are, second generation parents who came here. And so, yeah, it's been awesome. I think what I'm very excited about is not only did we support our parents and inform them, but we've inspired them. We have many parent leaders in our district currently that I've known for years. Once I retired and became a board member, which I've been doing for almost 10 years now, those relationships that I helped to build and sustain are still there. So I love visiting schools and staying connected, in touch with families to see where they are, what they need, just keep my finger on the pulse, because the needs back then are different than now. And we can't stop. There's always something happening, things are changing, and needs change as well.
That is so great. And I know personally, I've seen you at Patton open houses, at Pacifica open houses when I'm there attending with my children. So it is nice that you, when we've spoken about this, you really make it a point to be at every event for the parents.
Yes, I think it's important, not just for the parents. I like to talk to the students, the parents, the teachers, the staff members, the principals. Gives me a whole picture of a school, of a community, because we're a huge district. We have a lot of schools, 65 schools. Each area within our district has its uniqueness. Yeah. We all have a common thread, but then there are things that make each area unique. And so their strengths are different, and what they need might be a little bit different. I do know my Area 1, very well, but I also venture out to other areas of the district. I'm very familiar with a lot of the other schools, attending their events. Anything from parent meetings, coffee with the principal, PTA meeting, school festive awards ceremonies, special celebrations, whatever is going on out there, because I think it's really important for board members to have kind of your foot in both doors. You know your area, but you also know your district, because the big decisions we make impact the entire district, not just our area.
That's great. It's really neat that when I've spoken to a board member about you, a district, someone at the district office about you, they've explained to me that you're for the people, that is exactly what you're, just really dedicated to being of service to the district and the parents, the teachers, and the children. So that was really impressive that they're big fans of you too. Almost saying that you're the best board member, don't tell any of the other ones. So the next question, what are your favorite things about living and serving in Garden Grove?
Garden Grove is like our district. It's big, but it has that hometown feel. We have a lot of activities that the city does, that the district does. I feel like we're on the same page, we talk the same language. We have such a great partnership, our district, with the city hall, with the mayor, with the city council folks, with the police department, and we all work together and we support each other. We're at each other's events. My neighbors we see your neighbors. Even our events at the school build community, and I think that's what Garden Grove is about. It's a great place to live, and I'm very excited because my daughter and her family just moved into Garden Grove, just a few houses down, and they've been going to school in our district, and I'm so glad that they're able to continue to that path, and they can raise their family here just like we raised them.
That's so great. Congratulations. We're a big fan of home ownership, as you know, so it's really nice, and we're also a big fan of Garden Grove, so I'm so happy for them too, to be close and staying in the schools with you. And I know one of the things that people's concerns are about shop classes, and I wanted to touch base on what is currently available. So the next question is, what GGUSD issues or current circumstances are you most interested in improving? So I know you had a hand in those CTE, so maybe if you want to talk about that or anything else that you're most interested in improving in your next 4 years.
Yes, I'm very excited about CTE. CTE is Career Technical Education. Those classes are what I call shop classes on steroids, or shop classes of the 21st century. We don't call them shop classes anymore because they've been impacted by technology. For example, what used to be auto shop is now automotive technology, because as we know, cars are computerized. Yes. We have hybrid cars now, electric cars. There's a lot more to it than meets the eye. But those shop classes were standalone electives. You take one class, and then you take maybe wood shop, and then things like home ec that used to be for girls, right? So we could learn how to cook
and make
for our
those
husbands,
pillows.
right?
I made those
Yes.
pillows in junior high. Oh my gosh.
So it's not home ec anymore. It's culinary arts. And culinary arts are, I see boys and girls in the classrooms. And not only are they learning how to cook, they're learning cuisines of the world, they're learning about catering, they're using equipment that the restaurants and the hotels use, those commercial ovens and stoves. And they're getting certifications along the way. It's about a 2-year course for a lot of these career paths that we call them. And but by the time the kids get out of high school, they can go right into work at the hotels on Harbor Boulevard or the restaurants and become a chef or go into a catering. And if they continue that path and connect with our community colleges, which continues that, I mean, they can open up their own business, catering business. There's a lot of options. So this is a good path for kids who are not seeking a professional career where you have to go to university and get, your degrees and things like that. Certainly, we want options for all of our kids. We have kids that want to do more hands-on. And so we have product design at Pacifica High School, where, there is a wood shop in there, but you don't just take wood shop because you have to learn about 3D printers and all of this that has impacted the industry. But again, when they come out, they can go and get a job right from there. And I'm real excited about the kickoff we had a couple of weeks ago at Rancho to announce that in the fall, we created a 15th path. There's actually 14 other pathways to the trades. So kids who are interested in becoming a plumber, an electrician, a carpenter, a welder can go this route. This one's a little more extensive at 4 years, but that first year introduces them to all those trades so they can figure out, which way do I want to go? What attracts me most? And then continue that path so that when they're done and they graduate from high school, they can go right into apprenticeship and get that first year of apprenticeship salary. They continue like a couple nights a week they go to school. So because as you know, an apprenticeship takes about 4 or 5 years, but they're earning a salary right out of high school. In fact, one of the carpenters I talked to said that if these kids go right into apprenticeship after high school, they'll be able to retire in their 50s with a full retirement.
That's so great.
So yeah, it's great. So, and we're starting at Rancho, but I want to really see this expand to other schools. I want us to think outside the box and try to offer this to the schools like Pacifica who don't have it yet, but maybe they can go in the summer or after school and not have to leave their schools or mess up their schedules to do that.
That's so great. Yeah, it's really neat. As a realtor, we are noticing that electricians and plumbers are not, those are what's needed most. And City of Los Angeles, the starting salary for a plumber is $90,000. So it's a great place to have them,
Yeah,
learn.
there's actually a shortage, and it's going to get worse because a lot of the folks that are there are retiring.
Yeah.
And so we need to really encourage our kids who might be very proficient at that and interested in that to take advantage of these classes.
Absolutely. And then our last question is that you do have another opponent, and my question to you, I already know that you're the best candidate, but I want to know from you why you're the best choice for everyone to vote for.
I think my experience, my knowledge, and just the way I do things. I've had a lot of years of education experience, but a lot of years working on the board already. And it's to me about representing everybody, people that voted for me, but people who didn't vote for me, right? And not everybody I see is happy about things. Sometimes people are quite upset about something that might have happened, and so by the time they contact me, they're not necessarily in the best mood. But that's okay, because I realize that when people are angry, it's because they're frustrated. Maybe they tried to talk to this person or that person, or they didn't get a straight answer, or they didn't feel satisfied. And I want to be able to listen to what they say. I guess it's a teacher in me. I write down what they're saying because I want to make sure I capture exactly what they say. And then I want to bring their voice to the district. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to solve the problem necessarily. Sometimes we're bound by, laws, by the state or federal laws or policy or something. But I think I want to see, okay, if we can't do this, what can we do? I want to make sure that they fully understand, that they feel satisfied. Sometimes we can do something. Sometimes something's been overlooked, or we didn't consider, or we, but I always want to look into things. Okay, let me get their information. Let me bring this to the attention of somebody at the district, usually the superintendent, or she finds the appropriate person to say, hey, have we talked to this person? Have we gotten back to them? Could we work something out? How can we bring this back and have some closure where everybody is satisfied? And so that's very important to me. I'm a good listener. I know I have spoken to many, many parents in my trustee area and even outside of my trustee area. So I think building relationships has been super important to me, because if you don't build relationships, you can't build trust. And I think that's something that is one of my areas of strength.
That's so great. Well, thank you so much. I'm super excited that you were able to make time
Thank you.
to be here. And I know I've had a meet and greet for you before. We're going to have another one. And I knew you were talking about someone who was upset in the district, and they were able to meet you in person and text me that, wow, they were really impressed and how sweet you were, and they felt really well taken care of after meeting you. So I'm excited. I hope everyone gives you a vote this November 5th for Garden Grove USD School Board, Teri Rocco. If you've enjoyed this video, please be sure to give us a thumbs up. If you like this video and you want more Garden Grove content, please be sure to subscribe to our channel. And thanks so much for watching.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.